Hi, it's Alpita. Hold on 1 second. I'm like unplugging my phone here and like I don't want my cord to drop. So, okay. All right. There we go. All right. Getting set up. Okay. So, welcome to the Cosmic Compass on Transformational Tuesday. Okay, today we are talking about the full moon in Aquarius tomorrow, and today is really important because today we have what's called a void of course moon. What that means is that there are no planetary aspects going on, meaning the planets are not doing anything, they're not connecting in any way, shape, or form until the full moon. That's our next planetary aspect, the next piece of astrological weather that really is a compass. I want you to think about the cosmos as a compass. It's saying go this way. And the void of course moon today is saying, can you sit in silence? Can you sit in stillness? Can you allow the answers to come up and through and out of your mouth, out of your head, out of your mind, out of your heart, out of your soul? Instead of trying to figure it out or make it happen, instead of trying to force things, can you allow things to come through? That's what these void of course moons are all about. It's not about the cosmos giving you a compass and telling you what direction to go in. It's about listening to your soul, allowing your soul to guide you, okay? And your soul's there to guide you all the time, but more so on the void of course moon because there isn't anything else that is necessarily interfering. Okay. And I use that term loosely. Now, tomorrow, huge full moon in Aquarius. Aquarius is the sign of the weird, the unconventional. It is ruled by, I want to say Uranus. It's Uranus. And it is also ruled by Saturn, two planets that are, got their things going on. We also have Pluto and Aquarius, and Pluto and Aquarius in Aquarius and the full moon are going to be talking to each other, okay? And so it's a very potent full moon. This full moon marks the end of a 6-month cycle. We started with the new moon in Aquarius on February 17th. So definitely thinking back to what are things that you started, what are seeds that you planted that you are now harvesting at this time. So for me, January, February is when I decided to go all in on my business and not do anything else. Okay. And it wasn't dream life or bust. It was dream life. There is no bust. That is not an option. Doesn't compute here. Okay. And it's really interesting because there's a really great book out there, which, kind of bummed that I got rid of it, but it's called Born on a Rotten Day. So if you ever want to know the nitty gritty, the like if you totally were your sun sign, right? Which we're not just our sun sign, obviously. Our moon sign helps us understand how we process emotion, how we handle emotion, also how we hide. Like I'm a Cancer moon, so I scurry back into my room when I need to process my emotions. I need alone time. That's really important. Our rising sign is the face that we show to the world. I've got a Pisces rising. So for me, it's being the humanitarian, putting other people's needs first. How do we move the planet in the direction of individuality, but a collective individuality where each of us gets to be our unique self, but society is working together. Okay. And all the other parts of our chart, we're not just the mind. Okay. We've got a face, we've got a heart, we've got a soul, we've got hands, we got feet, we got all these things. We got trauma, we got life experience, we've got wisdom, we got skills, we got knowledge, we got gifts, we got all these things. And the same thing with our astrological chart. It's not just one thing. And with a lot of these transits, you need to look at your rising sign, not your sun sign. So when somebody says that the full moon is in Aquarius, so it hits you here, it's going to hit you where your rising sign is. So for me, this full moon is hitting my 12th house because I am that's where Aquarius is. It's in the 12th house. So it's all about the subconscious. So no wonder I'm interested in psychology and metaphysics and all the stuff about the subconscious, hypnosis. Like I got certified in hypnosis. I got certified in NLP. I got certified in like, I don't even know. Okay. So that's really important. So if you're looking at other astrologers and they're like, oh, go look your whatever, go look at your rising sign. Okay. Because that's what's really going to determine where this, full moon hits. Okay. So wherever the Aquarius is in your birth chart is where this is going to be hitting home. Okay. Especially if you have prominent, Aquarius placements. And what that means is sun, moon, rising, north node, especially since the north node moved into Aquarius. And as an Aquarius and a 12th house Aquarius at that, I will tell you that I definitely woke up Monday and I felt like a different person. It's like the switch flipped and I was just like, yeah, remember how you were saying that this business is going to pay all your bills and give you the lifestyle you want? Well, you're already doing it, which is my mantra for this year. I'm already doing it. And it was just like, it really hit home. And I do resist some of the things that I do in my business because it's like, well, you know, is this what I'm supposed to be doing? And the thing that you're supposed to be doing in life, your purpose, your mission, whatever word you want to use, is the thing you cannot not do. I know it's a double negative, and the grammar police within me, this is the one time that it's just so strongly is a double negative. It just is. You cannot not do it. So being an intuitive is something that I cannot not do. When I was waitressing, people be like, oh, I don't know what I want to eat. And I'm like, tuna melt on rye toast with a strawberry milkshake. And they're like, how do you do that? I'm like, I'm a psychic. And they would think it was funny. And then I'd slide them my business card. And they're like, oh, you're serious? I'm like, yep. And sure enough, that's what they wanted. How do I do that? I don't know. Okay, I'm an Aquarius. Like, it just comes through me. I'm a Pisces. Pisces is a lot of psychic energy. I've got Scorpio. Like, you look at my whole chart and, like, almost everything is, like, psychic, psychic, psychic. I cannot not be a psychic. Okay? So, I want you to really look at your Aquarius and see what is coming through for you. So, Aquarius is the unconventional. It's the out of the box thinking, but it's not out of the box thinking. This is where that is such an oxymoron because it's the ahas. It's those lightning strikes. It's that idea that just comes out of the blue. It's not like we're sitting here saying, okay, how do I cut up this box and get out of it? It's not a conscious process. And maybe it's not for me because I'm a 12th house sun in Aquarius. So, like, I can't always tell you where the information's coming from. Like, sometimes I'm like, okay, it's a spirit guide. Okay, sometimes it's you know, an angel. Sometimes it's an ancestor. Sometimes it's just the cards. Sometimes it's just me tuning into the cosmos. Sometimes it's your birth chart. Sometimes it's your human design. Sometimes it's your trauma. Sometimes it's just me fucking listening to you. Like, I just got off the phone with a client and like almost everything she's apologizing. Sorry to bother you. Oh, I'm so sorry I didn't get back to you. I'm like, girl, stop apologizing. Because that's a deeper pattern. That's a deeper pattern. And I'm like so excited that she's coming on as a one-on-one coaching client so that we can work with those patterns. Like, I love doing tarot and oracle cards and giving people insights into what is going on. But I really geek out when I get to work with a client one-on-one. I mean, yes, of course, a tarot reading is one-on-one as well, but like work on a monthly basis, whether that's once a month, 3 times a month, twice a month, whatever, to really look at those patterns, see where they're coming from, and finally make peace of the parts of us that are crying for attention. Okay, so I'm not going to go off on a whole big tangent. If you'd like a tarot reading, if you'd like a crystal chakra clearing in a tarot reading, if you'd like to talk about one-on-one coaching, definitely message me. The important thing about the full moon in Aquarius is, well, there's a couple things. One, what did you start in February, or seeds that you planted or intentions that you set that you are now starting to harvest? Okay, because the full moon is the harvest. And a lot of times you have to like open your eyes and stop saying this isn't working. Because that is what I have to do. It's like, Alpita, because one of the things, and I've mentioned this, I would say all the time, oh, I don't have consistent income. Yet my bills always get paid and there's money left over. So how's that not consistent income? So what I was saying there is like, I don't have a 9-to-5 job where I make $1,000 a week or whatever. But I do have consistent income because there's consistently money coming in. So sometimes we have to look at the words that we use and be like, you know, have I created it and I'm just thinking it's supposed to look like something different? Okay? I had to let go of like the paycheck. And it's funny because I haven't worked a paycheck job. Oh my God. Like, guys, I'm on a live. Shh. Since before my daughter was born. So 2024. Yeah. 2024 was the last time I had a job where I got a paycheck. I mean, I used to waitress and I get this little like $41.35 paycheck. And then what money I made was waitressing, right? Like my tips. But it's like, I haven't had a consistent income that way in fucking 22 years. So sitting here and saying I don't have a consistent income is bullshit. It just doesn't look the way that I think it looks. Okay. So first for the Aquarius full moon is what is coming, what seeds did you plant? What intentions did you set back in February, middle of February, specifically on the February new moon, February 17th. And what's the harvest? Because there's something shifted. You have manifested something. And are you not recognizing it because it doesn't show up the way that you thought you would? Because Aquarius is not going to give it to you the way that you thought you would. Aquarius likes to surprise you. Aquarius likes to do things differently. Aquarius is the out-of-the-box thinking, aka intuition. Okay? So you kind of like need to shift your perspective. It's kind of like the hangman. It's like, did I get what I wanted? Yeah, but it doesn't really look like what I thought it would. It's even better. Okay? That's number 1. 2 is Aquarius will show you also all the places where you are not being authentic. Because one of the biggest things about Aquarius is our uniqueness. It's us being true to ourselves. It's being authentic. And it really drives me crazy when people use the word authentic, like there's buzzwords, like buzzwords come and go. And it's like, authentic is when you're saying yes to something when you want to say no. Being in survival mode and doing what you have to do is authentic. That is authentically a part of you that learned that this is how I survive. Survival mode me is not inauthentic. It's not what's going to get me to the next level of thriving, but she is not inauthentic. The part of me that has temper tantrums, she's not inauthentic. Okay? The inauthentic is when I say yes to things when I mean no. Or I say no to things when I mean yes. When I deny myself the things I want and need because I'm getting in my head and trying to figure out how I'm going to make it happen. Because it's not my job to figure out how it's going to happen. If this past year has taught me anything, is like, I need to get the fuck out of the way. Because when I get out of the way and I stop planning and I start doing the things that I want and just being me and living my life and moving through my day the way that I want to move through my day, when I allow myself to be a fair little Roomba and just do the things I want to do, money comes to me, friends come to me. Saturday I went to the beach. I was wearing my witch hat, which I don't know where it is. It's probably in my beach bag. Anyway, and I got compliment from 2 men, and men don't usually talk to me. Men don't usually talk to me because I was so closed off due to all the shit that happened with my last marriage and like my survival identity. I call her Lizzie Borden because she's sitting there with the axe and she's just like, step away. I got her to put down her freaking axe. It's like, I know you're taking care of me, sweetheart, and you're amazing at taking care of me. Right now, I'm good. Okay? So I want you to look at where you're being fake, where you're genuinely being inauthentic. And I don't mean fake to be insulting. I mean, like, where are you just not feeling safe to be yourself? Because those are the situations, those are the people, the places, the things that this Aquarius full moon is going to be shining that bright light on. And Aquarius don't mince words. And Aquarius doesn't care if it hurts your feelings. It's for your own good, baby. So those are the things that I want you to think about. What is coming to harvest that you set intentions for in February? And where are the places that you are not being yourself? Where you're hiding your weirdness, your uniqueness, your individuality. And allow yourself to be yourself. Okay? So I made that witch hat last year and I just started wearing it to the beach. And normally I would just put it on at the beach, and it's actually this fabric because I've got the matching tarot bag. And this past time I was just like, well, why aren't I wearing it from the car to the beach? Because it's a 15-minute walk. And like, I needed to keep the sun off my skin, because my face, because I'm pale. I'm a Victorian lady. I don't really tan. I turn into a lobster. And it was just me letting be myself. The other thing was that before we left to go to the beach, I had my biker shorts, bikini, bathing suit bottoms, and I had my bathing suit top, and I went to put a tank top over it. And I picked up a really cute black and white top. And I was like, no, I want to wear purple. My favorite color is purple. I want to wear more purple. So I've committed to really expressing myself and being myself by wearing purple. And you might have noticed the rebranding, that I'm kind of the revealing of this purple sage identity and brand that's always been there. And so I put on a purple top. And then I went and found this purple dress with pockets, and I brought it with me to change into at the beach. And it's like, and I'm going through my wardrobe and I'm like, okay, I don't have to get rid of everything, but like definitely every outfit has to have purple. And every outfit actually does have purple, because I have this gorgeous, ooh, when did this break? Oh, okay. Huh, all right. I lost my charm. Okay. I have this gorgeous, amethyst flower key necklace that I wear. And I had a little thing, another little charm that I wear. Okay, I'll have to go look at it later. And I realized that broke. Interesting. Anyway, so where are you hiding in plain sight? And what is hiding in plain sight? Okay, so those are the things I want you to look at. Now, we're going to pull the oracle cards for this week. Now, you know, it is, Pluto is in Aquarius, and Pluto is the planet of, people talk about it being the planet of transformation, and it is the planet of transformation, but I want you to, there is a caveat there, and I talk about this a lot, and I don't really see many people talking about this, but the word Pluto actually comes from the Greek word, and I know I sound like the dad in My Big Fat Greek Wedding. Listen, all Greeks are like this. Like, a lot of the English language came from Greek, so it is what it is. It's a fact, right? But Pluto comes from the Greek word plusio, and plusio means the wealthy one. Okay, so the transformation that Pluto takes you through is not death and rebirth for no reason. It is to help you move from survival mode to thriving mode. That is its job. That's the death and rebirth. You need to allow the survival mode of you not to necessarily die. I think of it as retiring. Like the Lizzie Borden identity within me that just wants to cut off with their heads to anyone that gets too close and is threatening me. I told her to put that, like, if I need you, I know you got my back. But I need you to be behind me, because you're scaring people, sweetheart. I need you to be behind me, and if there's a threat, girl, I'm gonna be right behind you. I will move so you can take the lead. But I don't need you to keep me safe from the blessings that are coming my way. I don't need you to keep me safe from the opportunities that are coming my way. I don't need you to keep me safe from the people that I want in my life. And that's what she was doing. So it's not necessarily death, but sometimes it's retiring those survival identities and saying, hey, listen, if I need you, you're up a bat. I will call you up from retirement and you can take the lead. But my intention is not to need you. You've done your job. You deserve to retire. You deserve a break. Put the axe down. It's okay, girl. Okay? And that's the transformation, is to allow the survival personalities, the survival parts of ourselves to put down the armor so that we can move into thriving mode. Okay? So that's the transformation that Pluto is doing. And a lot of the armor, because it's in Aquarius, a lot of the armor and the protection is we don't want people to see our uniqueness. We don't want to stand out. Because if you stand out, then you become a target. It's like, well, what if that's not true? And what if those people that make you a target because they're jealous, because they're whatever, what if that's just validation that you're on the right path? What if they don't matter? You're always going to have haters. You're going to have haters because you did it. You're going to have haters because you didn't do it. You're going to have haters because you did it a certain way and not another way. You're going to have haters because you didn't do it. Whatever. It doesn't matter. They're always going to be there. Okay? And there are people that hate us for no reason that we don't even know. Okay? And you just can't make... There's a song called... I forgot who it's by, but it's called The Garden Party. It's like you can't make... What is it? You can't make everybody happy, so you might as well make yourself. I'll post it below. I don't remember the exact lyrics, but it's true. And that's the Aquarius energy. It's like, I'm going to be me. I'm going to be happy. I'm going to be healthy. I am going to be wealthy. And if you don't like it, oh well. Too bad. Sorry. You can either come along for the ride and I can show you, I can teach you, I can bring you with me, I can give you a hand up, or you can, be left behind, and that's okay, because there's been people in my life that I have tried to help. I've tried to help them heal their trauma and all these things, and they're so entrenched in that identity that they're not ready. They may never be ready. And I just can't hold myself back anymore because those people refuse to move forward. Okay? So just keeping that in mind. All right, let's pull the cards. And Pluto's in Aquarius for a while. I don't remember when Pluto comes out of Aquarius, but Pluto's going to be in Aquarius for a while. So this transformation of like owning your weird, letting your freak flag fly, allowing yourself to be yourself, all of yourself. And that does not mean you have to go on social media and talk about every fucking little detail. That's not what that means. It's accepting yourself, it's loving yourself, and allowing yourself to be yourself. Okay? I'm not coming on here and teaching you how to make my pancakes because that's not what I'm about. I don't need to show you every detail of my life. I don't need to tell you every little dirty secret, confess all my sins or whatever, or tell you everything, because that's not me. I'm a 12th house Aquarius sun. Like, we keep things hidden, and we keep things hidden from fucking ourselves. So don't take it personally, but we like to move in silence and then reveal when we're ready to reveal. It's not about, keeping secrets or whatever, but it's like, you don't have to share everything. And I'm not talking about people going back into the closet or whatever. Everybody is like comfortable with who they are and where they're at. But being comfortable with who you are and accepting and loving yourself does not mean that you have to tell the whole world everything that's going on with you and every little thing. You get to reveal what you desire to reveal. You get to shine the light on whatever is important for you to share with the world. They don't need to know everything, okay? And sometimes that's a relief, like, whew. Okay? All right. Let's see what the cards are for the week. Okay. Whew. Okay. All right. A burst of magic. I love this card. And I love the symbology of the lotus. Like there's this whole thing of like no mud, no lotus, right? Because the lotus grows in the mud. But it really is like what's the magic that yourself when you allow yourself to be messy? Like I don't come on here and put makeup on and do my hair and all that stuff because that's not me. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with that, but like it's been kind of hot and cold today, and like I just need my hair out of my face. Okay? And my skin's really sensitive, so putting stuff on my face is like a no go. Okay? And I've had people who be like, "Oh, if you dressed up and you did your hair and you did your makeup, blah, blah, blah." And I'm like, "That's great. It's not for me." Okay? So this burst of magic is all about the magic of who you are. The magic that's within you. When you embrace who you are, when you really accept who you are, all the parts of you. I was talking with my client earlier and she's like, "Oh, there's this part of me that's mean." And I'm like, yeah, that's the part of you that's keeping you safe. My mean girl is called Lizzie Borden because she does. She carries a fucking axe. I'm a clairvoyant. I've seen her. I've seen that part of myself. And she is off with their heads. She doesn't say off. She is not the Queen of Hearts where she orders other people to cut their heads off. No. She does it herself. She's like, "I got this." Okay? We don't create magic by denying who we are. We don't create magic by denying what we want. We create magic by embracing who we are and embracing what it is that we want. No matter how impossible it seems, no matter how crazy it feels or seems, and how counterintuitive, which I don't really like the word counterintuitive. It seems like everything that they say is counterintuitive is actually counterlogical, and it is intuitive. So let's just fucking call it intuitive. All the intuitive shit that you can't logic, that's the magic. That's your magic. You don't have to do spells. You don't have to light candles. That was all great. But if you just focused and you actually talked about the things that you wanted and you embraced the part of you that wants the thing, I want it because I want it, not because I deserve it, not that you don't. I'm just saying, like, you don't have to prove you deserve it. You don't even have to think about it. I want what I want because I want it. When we allow ourselves to embrace that little Veruca Salt, if you remember the little girl in Charlie on the Chocolate Factory where she's like, "I want it now, Daddy." When we embrace that part of ourselves, that's when magic happens. It's authentic expression because that desire you have, and I don't care if it's a new Kindle or a purple Lamborghini, those are two of mine, there's a reason why you want it. And it doesn't matter. And they are for the highest good. I don't care how superficial they may seem, they are for the highest good. And if you follow Esther Hicks, she'll talk about how there's a whole piece that she does about like a really expensive necklace, like $100,000 piece of necklace. And she's like, instead of thinking of it as selfish and greedy and feeling like that's too much and blah, 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 I want you to think about all the people that are getting paid and paying their bills and feeding their families because of that. Okay, the salesperson, the store owner, the person who's renting the store, the person who mined the gold, the person who mined the gemstones, the person who melted the gold and cast the jewelry, the carver, the gemologist, all the people in between, the person who made the box, the person who made the tissue paper, the person who made the bag, the person who made the fucking cash register, all those people benefit because you bought that $100,000 necklace. I want you to think about that kind of magic. So when you feel like whatever you're asking for is too much, I want you to think about all the good it's going to do. All the people that are going to get to pay their bills and eat because you bought that thing. And again, it could be a Kindle, it could be a pen, it could be a fucking Lamborghini. Okay? All right, broken open. Oh my God, this is so like full moon in Aquarius conjunct Pluto in Aquarius energy. Okay, we are all having epiphanies. Our hearts are being healed. We are allowing ourselves to be the divine being having a human experience. This is what this full moon is doing. It is showing you how you create your reality, how every desire and need every want, need, and desire you have is sacred. Okay, there is a reason for it. When you want something, whether you want money or an item, you are answering someone else's prayer. I want you to think about that. And I used to hear that and be like, oh, that's just so corny. That's so cheesy. That's like what people say so that they could feel better about their greedy little desires. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I've been on both sides of the equation, and I can tell you that when we genuinely allow ourselves to give and to receive, we are. I just did a reading for someone, and like the peace that she has, the clarity that she has, she's grateful for that. And I am grateful for the income. I am grateful for the conversation, because every time I do a reading, I am learning something about myself. I'm hearing something that helps me as well. And of course, the money that pays my bills. So it is a give and take. It is an exchange. Okay? So allow yourself to receive. Whether it's information, whether it's money, whether it's services, whether it's goods, whatever. Allow yourself to receive, and stop fucking judging yourself for wanting what you want. Okay, into me I see. So this is a play on words about intimacy. When we get intimate with ourselves, when we really start to really know ourselves, right? We recognize the Lizzie Borden part of us, the Veruca Salt part of us, right? The little girl that used to sit in the corner and cry herself to sleep, all those little parts of us, and we show compassion for those, and we accept them, and we love them, and we stop judging them and trying to deny their needs or trying to get rid of them. We develop this amazing intimacy with ourselves. We really get to see ourselves, this amazing divine being having a human experience. We see our divinity and we see our humanity. And when those things, I don't feel like they're in a balance, because I don't feel like we're all different. Not everybody is a 50-50, okay? But when we embrace that intimacy, that's when we are ready for a relationship. That's when we can really call in that divine counterpart, which I really like. I like that terminology, the divine counterpart. But with intimacy, with you getting to know yourself, it's having that courage, having that presence, having those boundaries to say no to the things that are not in alignment. Okay? I talked earlier about the things that are fake about us. And I don't mean fake, but the things that are really inauthentic, where we're saying yes when we mean no, where we're saying no where we mean yes, and all those in between. When we are honoring commitments that we long ago decided we didn't want to be part of, when we are considering other people's needs above our own instead of like in conjunction with our own, where we're denying ourselves. Okay? So this is a lot about that. When you get really intimate with yourself, when you really see yourself and you acknowledge that you are a divine being having a human experience, and that your needs, your wants, your heart's desires are sacred, and so are everybody else's, and you allow yourself to let go of the things that are no longer serving you, right? The breaking open, okay? Pluto, letting Pluto transform those things, transmute those things. When we let go of a partner that is not right for us, we allow both of us to find someone who is right for us, regardless of what the circumstances were. Okay? When we let go of commitments that are no longer joyful and no longer fulfilling, we allow someone else to take over. Someone who actually would enjoy doing that. Maybe someone who's better qualified. Maybe someone who it's more in alignment with. And you know what I found interesting? I just put these cards down, and what I found really interesting is 48, 28, and 8. We've got a triple 8. Now, everybody is starting to talk about the Lionsgate portal, which is the 888, right? Like August 8th. And this year is the 26th, so that add those two digits, we got an 8. So we do have a triple 8. So I think repeating numbers are special. I actually use repeating numbers for timers and the microwave and things like that. I do. Do I think that the Lionsgate portal, that 888 thing, is a real thing? I don't know. I mean, astrologically, it's really not. Numerology, it definitely is. You decide what you want to do with that, whether you feel like it's a special day and you want to do something for it. Obviously, that's going further down. But what I found even more interesting now that I look at the cards is that when I showed you the 3 cards with the 8s, and then when I put them down in reverse order. So we have intimacy first. Into me I see first. Obviously, broken open is in the center, and then a burst of magic at the end. And I feel like that what the universe is saying, or what is coming through because of that, is it's a two-way mirror. Every time I get more intimate with myself, and I am more honest with myself, and I am more accepting and loving and embracing of myself, the more magic I create. And the more magic I create, the more I get honest with myself and accepting and loving and embracing of myself. So it is, I do believe the universe is a two-way mirror. So they go hand in hand. And really, I have found in my life, all the manifestation methods out there, the manifestation method that really works the best, hands down, is using your words. Like, it could be your thoughts, it could be like saying it out loud. So thinking it, saying it out loud, or writing it down, but being 100% honest. I'm going to share a story with you, and then I'm going to hop off because as usual, my day has not gone to plan, but it's not gone to plan in a good way, because I'm starting to embrace the detours and the side quests, because that's just who I am, right? I'm an Aquarius. So I remember, almost 11 years ago, I was on a call with a coach, a free coaching call, and Alex, my youngest, was due in about a month or so. And she was trying to help me create something to bring in income so that I could stop waitressing. And, we created all this stuff, and I was just like, I just don't really feel like this is what I want to do. So we created a VIP day, and she's like, oh, you just need to sell 3 of those, and that'll give you the income so that you can stop working and, take some time off. And I was like, I know, but you know what I really want? I want just somebody to pay my rent for the next 6 months so that I could stay home and have this baby. Like, talk about, like, I always say, like, open mouth, insert foot, but it's really not insert foot. It's like open mouth and allow the burst of magic to come through. It's that Freudian slip. It's when we're like, when we get to this place of frustration or impatient, emotion is for you. And if you're curious, go look up your human design chart and look at what's called the not self theme. That'll give you a clue as to what your trigger is for, like, really manifesting something, on the negative scale, when you have a situation going on that you no longer want. And I kid you not, I don't remember if it was the same afternoon or the following day, my father-in-law called and was like, listen, I called and talked to my then husband and said, listen, I know Peta's having a hard time with her sciatica and the pregnancy, and we've decided we're going to pay your rent for 6 months so that she could stay home and have the baby and have time to recover. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? You know that expression from your mouth to God's ear? Now, I'm not a big believer in God as this, like, heavenly father that sits up in heaven and passes judgment and denies or accepts our requests. But that's what it felt like. And that's what the easiest manifestation is. It's either comes from your signature theme in human design, your for me, it's satisfaction. I would say fulfillment is more of an accurate word. And if you're interested in learning how to manifest by design, I call it, where we go through your human design chart and I show you how to use the different components of your human design and astrology chart. So how you are designed to manifest. let me know. Those are $222. It's a 90-minute session, and we like go through your entire chart, and you leave with like the step by step, and there's a bunch of worksheets that we go through. And if I have to say so myself, it's pretty fucking genius, because it helps you find your own words, because human design is Ra's words. You need to find your own words. Like satisfaction for me is fulfillment. Okay. And defining what fulfillment means even further, right? So anyway, that's the best sort of manifestation when it comes from this, like, I don't want to say surrender, because I'm not a big fan of surrender. I think of the red flag, the waving the white flag and giving up. It's not, it's about release and letting go and relaxing and trusting that I put it out there, and of course it's going to come to me. Okay, it's that inevitability. And that happens, there's a spectrum, and we do this in the manifesting by design session. But at one end is our not self theme. So for me, it's frustration and anger, because I'm a manifesting generator. So when I'm frustrated and I say, I don't know how, I don't know when, blah, 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 it happens. And when I'm on the other side of fulfillment, I'm like, ooh, it would be so amazing if. Right? That's the fulfillment part. Like I tap into that fulfillment energy, right? Like that wish fulfilled energy. So we can talk about that if you're interested, but that's the authentic desire, the unfiltered, the pure, the raw desire that is coming through. And it could be moving away from something or going towards something, but usually when it's usually best when like it's a positive statement, right? So I wasn't looking to leave my job, although I did. I never went back to waitressing. But it was just like being honest as to what I wanted. And I wanted 6 months worth of somebody to pay the rent for 6 months so that I could, have Alex and recover. Okay. And this was the end of September, and he was born the end of October. And I'm telling you, it was either the same day or the next day. I want to say it was the same day. And it can happen that quickly. It can happen that quickly. Okay. And there's been other times that that's happened. Like, I remember, I'm sure I've shared the story before, but I remember I had a pink Nokia flip phone, and I was standing at the top of the stairs leaving my house. I could hear the fucking faucet dripping in my old apartment, and saying, I don't, if the landlord doesn't call me by tomorrow, I'm changing the faucet and I'm going to charge her my tarot rate. And the words did not leave, no sooner did the words leave my mouth than, my phone rang, and it was my landlord at the time saying, oh my God, Alpita, I totally forgot to tell you that the plumber's coming tomorrow at 9 a.m. So if you don't believe that we're connected, I can't convince you. The other thing that I notice is, like, look at this figure rising from the center. Look at that. I just noticed that. I've never noticed that in this deck. This is the body, the vessel, our human vessel. And this is divinity coming in. So all those amazing desires that we have, all that inspiration coming in and allowing it to be the magic. Because sometimes what we want is not just an answer to our own prayers, but it's an answer to someone else's prayers. All right, guys, I'm going to get going. I hope this has been helpful. I would love to hear your comments down below. I would definitely, so normally the full moon is not a time to be writing your intentions. It's a time of harvest. And I would play with that. And I'm not a big person as far as like gratitude. I feel like the energy of love is higher than the energy of gratitude. And it's easier, especially if you're looking to say thank you for things that haven't shown up yet. Like, they're in transit. I know they're on their way. I know they're inevitable, but they're not here yet. They're more than 20 stops away, like Alexa likes to tell me. I encourage you to say, I love this. I love that. I love it when I have, more than $100,000 in my savings account. I love it when or you can even say, I wouldn't even say when, I would play with it. Whatever feels good to you. Do not use someone else's words if they do not resonate with you. And resonate meaning they feel good when you say them. If you say them and you're like, oh, they don't feel true. Aquarius is all about authenticity, right? If it does not feel true to you, change those words. Go fucking use the thesaurus, right? Find the words that feel good to you. But I would play with, so if talking about stuff that hasn't happened yet doesn't bother you, it doesn't bring up feelings of lack, I would say, I love it now that I have over $100,000 in my savings account. If that feels inauthentic because it's not true yet, although in the quantum realm, as they say, in a parallel reality or whatever, it is true, it's already yours, you're just waiting for the check to clear or whatever, then I would use when. I love it when I have $100,000 in my bank account or more, or whatever it is you're looking to manifest. And you can also walk around your house and be like, you know, I love this tarot bag. I love the matching witch hat. I actually have, and I do have one more of these for sale. I love my glow in the dark tarot bags. Okay. The stars glow in the dark. I don't think it's going to show, but you could tell that they look a little glowy. Let's see if I could turn this. Yeah, a little. You can see a little bit. Anyway, I have some of these for sale, but almost all my tarot decks have my own tarot bags that I've made for them, right? That I sell. There's some decks that are in the box still, cause whatever. But my naughty decks, my erotic decks are in the glow in the dark. So I know which ones are them. Okay. So anyway, I was just using these for a reading. If you do want a reading, you can specify what deck you want. If you didn't know that. Usually I use the Orient Tarot. Sometimes people see me using this one. It's a collage deck. These are done by Carl Rohrig. But if you'd like a different deck, I have quite a few decks on hand, and we can pick a deck that resonates with you. All right. I hope this has been helpful for you. I hope that you take what resonates and let the rest go. Really tune into your own intuition and what resonates with you. And I hope you enjoyed this session of the Cosmic Compass. And I will see you next time. Take care. Bye.